Well, yes, indeed. We're focusing our attention now on the forthcoming World Economic Forum for Africa, which will be holding in Abuja. Nigeria is hosting that. And Funto Akinkungbe joins us now. He's, yes, to talk about this matter. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you will be participating in this economic forum. And then, of course, one will always ask, in the light of this security situation we've got in our hands, are we still able to, or will we experience some sort of challenge? And how do you suggest we overcome this foreign direct investment ahead of this scenario?
Well, put it this way, what is happening right now in Nigeria, it's unfortunate. But in other countries, it's happened before. I mean, you look at the UK, for example, when they had their own IRRA-related issue, commerce still continued. So whether we like it or not, it's a situation that we as a country have to get over one way or the other. Now, looking at the whole essence of the World Economic Forum, at the end of the day, it's a focus on Africa in terms of how to encourage foreign direct investment into African countries. Well, from the perspective that we're going to be participating is looking at the human resource aspect of it. That when you look at a country like Nigeria, are we fit for purpose in that respect in terms of human resource capacity building in African countries? Do we have the right skills for the right jobs in Nigeria? Because you now have a situation whereby universities are churning out so-called certified degree holders in Nigeria. But the issue at this point in time is that, are they fit for purpose? Because, for example, I attended a conference that was yesterday, educational conference that was in Lagos. One was held in Abuja, that was a couple of days before. Okay. And the focus was, okay, fine, foreign universities coming into Nigeria to sell the opportunity of schooling outside the country. And I did an analysis. I did ask some questions. I said, fine, how many Nigerians actually go out every year to study outside the country? We're looking at roughly 17,000 Nigerians a year going out. Now, that's 17,000 school fees. When I worked it out, we're looking at best part of, say, just over £1 billion. That's capital flight out of the country. Now, for me, that's a major issue.
And that could actually stay in the country?
That could stay in the country. Now, the government has a position whereby universities, foreign universities, are now allowed to, should I say, set up universities locally in Nigeria. Now, whether we like it or not, what that has proven to us is that Nigerians are prepared to pay top dollar for good education. So why mitigate against that? You should encourage that, because whether we like it or not, that money that is leaving the shores of Nigeria is not only the money leaving the shores of Nigeria. The calculation I gave you was just purely on fees. We're not talking about the support, funding, accommodation that they pay for. And also the businesses around them that actually still make money on the back of that as well. So we're talking about, give or take, we're looking at best part of maybe 1.5 billion naira, 1.5 billion pounds worth of business opportunity that Nigeria is filtering away.
So the thoughts just come. Would it be encouraging them to build their own universities in Nigeria or partner with the universities in Nigeria? Which of them would be better and easier to handle?
Well, I would say it's easier to handle. We should have a short-term, medium-term, long-term strategy. Both works. You can either set up locally or partner with a local institution. It really doesn't make any difference. The whole idea is promoting good education in Nigeria. Because we'll give an example. Okay, some of these universities will come down now. As far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of vanilla courses being sold to Nigerians. When I say vanilla courses, we see them all the time. I was invited to give a presentation in one of the universities outside in England. And the courses that the kids were studying, I'm saying to myself, you can't get a job with this. Because yes, you study international relations, but guess what? You don't speak French or Portuguese or German. Now, who's going to give you a job? The best job you can hope to do is flipping burgers at McDonald's or something like that. Let's be frank with ourselves. Because with a country like Nigeria, Nigeria needs certain skill sets that can help move the economy forward. It's simple as that. There are loads of jobs in Nigeria. I will say that. The question is that we have a situation whereby unknown people are what you call unemployable. That's where the issue is. Not unemployment, unemployable. Because you're studying what the market doesn't need. There's an overproduction of certain skill set that the market doesn't need. Now, for example, we're looking at the power sector. Power sector, major sector in Nigeria. But you ask yourself, how many players in the power sector at this point in time? Right now, there's a capacity that needs to be built within that power sector. We're looking at the so-called oil and gas sector in Nigeria. Oil and gas sector in Nigeria, most of the players are foreigners in terms of upstream. Every Nigerian wants to work in the oil and gas sector, but guess what? Downstream. That means administrative skills. We don't need that. What we need is people with the right skills who can work upstream, simple as that. And there are loads of opportunities there. It's just that you don't have enough players there. Now, you have all these universities coming into the country. I don't have a problem with you coming in, but sell courses that people can actually, at the end of the day, they can be gainfully employed. It's all about that at the end of the day. But that is where we're actually missing out a trick at this point.
So we in turn have got to introspect and redesign our courses.
Well, to be honest with you, we have to redesign our courses because our courses should be fit for purpose. It's simple as that. Because, I mean, how can you be running courses that at this point in time they're archaic, whether we like it or not? The courses that most of the universities are running, but I know a lot of them are changing as we speak, but at this point in time, when you look at, career guidance advices in most universities, it's lacking somewhat. Okay, you don't really have practitioners within the industries offering career advice. That needs to be done so people can make an informed decision. I'll give an example. Someone says to me that, guess what, Funto, I want to do a master's degree. I said, okay, fine, master's degree. How many years post-university are you doing master's degree? I finished my NYC, I want to go and do a master's degree. I said, hello. Start off with master's degree means you know something you can build on. But guess what? You did a master's degree in economics. So you do a first degree in economics. And you're still doing the master's degree in economics. Hello? It doesn't compute because it's the same course condensed into what, 1 or 2 years. Yeah. But it's because, okay, fine, we study just because we want to study, not because we need to study for a purpose. Because we're good at amounting good qualifications, but that you cannot work with. What's the whole point? Well, the market is changing. And right now, employers in Nigeria now are looking for people who have skill sets. It's not the title you have, but can you do the job? If you can do the job, trust me, there are lots of opportunities out there.
So, at the World Economic Forum for Africa,
certainly
looking at creating jobs and building growth, how would that tie to this? I mean, participants are going to be talking about the Nigerian situation, the African situation, the unemployable situation in the country. Yet, there still has to be that foreign direct investment coming in. So how would that play out at the end of the day?
Well, it will play out. I mean, the most important thing is that it's a talking shop, which is good. Without a discussion itself, we won't ascertain what the issues are. And at the same time itself, it actually helps us to allow us to be able to sort of position ourselves for growth. Because what the new
rebasing?
Sorry?
Rebasing on the GPP?
Exactly, thank you for that. The rebasing on the GPP has done for Nigeria is that, fine, it's exposed us in a good way, and also in addition to that as well, we've exposed the what's and all. So that means we as a country have to ensure that we have what it takes to move on to the next stage. Yes, we might say Nigeria is the leading country, but there's so much stuff that Nigeria actually has to do. So the World Economic Forum essentially puts Nigeria in the spotlight. We're showcasing ourselves what's and all. So we as a people now identify that, guess what, there's certain skill set that we need to have. You can't be saying you're looking for foreign direct investment and you don't have the people who can actually do the work. It's simple as that. Now, foreign direct investment right now, one of the major areas it's going to be playing out is in the energy sector, in the power sector. But I'm happy that the different organizations who have bought the different licenses to in the power sector are actually looking toward putting structures in place in terms of education to train a workforce fit for purpose to be able to do the job. I know a lot of them are actually exploring ways of partnering with even the communities as well. So we have a situation whereby you don't have to go and bring the skills from outside, you train the skills from the area. Exactly, so that way you're creating jobs locally and localizing the jobs in itself. And also when you localize the job, you localize the wealth, which is actually what we're all about.
Because clearly